ADL is one of the foremost non-governmental authorities on domestic terrorism, extremism, hate groups, and hate crimes. And we have been developing strategies to address these threats. In 1985, we issued a report on how white supremacists communicated on dial-up computer bulletin boards, and we have been working to combat the spread of hate and extremism online ever since.
I'm here today to speak to you about the internationalization and increasing interconnectedness of white supremacist ideology around the world, which aims to dehumanize, threaten, and eradicate whole communities.
The online environment today amplifies hateful voices worldwide and facilitates the coordination, recruitment, and propaganda that fuels the extremism that terrorizes our communities, all of our communities. Whether through government, the private sector, or civil society, immediate action is paramount to prevent the next tragedy that could take innocent lives.
Just this morning, ADL issued a new report documenting how before carrying out the hateful murders in Pittsburgh and New Zealand, the alleged white supremacist gunmen frequented fringe social networking sites like Gab and 8chan that act as echo chambers for the most virulent anti-Semitism and racism.
Over the past 8 years, more than 175 people have died at the hands of white supremacists worldwide. There is a through line from Charlottesville to Pittsburgh to Christchurch, Poway, and El Paso.
3 of the 5 deadliest years of murder by domestic extremists in the period between 1970 and 2018 were in the past 5 years. Of the 50 murders committed by extremists last year, 78% of those were tied to the threat of white supremacy.
As you craft policy responses to these complex challenges, we believe they must include revitalizing the federal government's attention to domestic terrorism, and in particular, right-wing extremist violence, incentivizing state and local law enforcement agencies to more comprehensively collect and report hate crimes data to the FBI, strengthening laws against perpetrators of online hate, helping to ensure that social media platforms act against hate and increase transparency in ways they are not now doing, and improving law enforcement training for responding to hate online and off.
Policy gaps that must be addressed include increased collection and reporting of data on extremism and domestic terrorism by the federal government. As the chairman mentioned, we cannot address what we cannot measure.
The threat of homegrown terrorism inspired by Islamist extremist propaganda remains clear and present. In recent years, however, we have seen an increase in other types of violent extremism, and our government has failed to take sufficient measures to also address this rising threat.
In conclusion, white supremacy is a very real and very deadly threat to our homeland. This is an all-hands-on-deck moment to protect our communities. Solutions will require whole-of-government, whole-of-society impact, and ADL stands ready to serve as a constructive partner as this committee and members of this Congress explore these issues.
I implore you and all public leaders to consistently call out bigotry and extremism at every opportunity. We all have a responsibility to make clear that America is no place for hate.